Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to use your DualShock 4 controller with Skyrim so that you're able to have a full set of 8 hotkeys along with 5 groups using Sky UI, as well as a Quicksave function bound to your controller. So first let me demonstrate. I have a few items already set to the groups function, which you can see as 1, 2, and 5 on the bottom. So on the controller, when I activate the corresponding hotkey, for example, right-clicking the touchpad, I'll automatically equip everything in group 2. And if I left-click the touchpad, I'll automatically equip everything in group 1. Now, this configuration also adds additional hotkeys for you to use with your controller. I'll demonstrate some of those now. So I'm going to switch to group 5 to get my destruction spells out so that I can burn some mana. So I'm going to hold X and left click the knob, and now I have flames. I'm going to burn some mana, and I'm going to demonstrate that I have the potion of minor magicka bound to key 7, and I'm going to hold X. This is the activator for all the secondary keys, holding X, and then tapping the left arrow key. With this mod, you have, in total, as I said, 5 additional groups, which are bound to left-clicking the touchpad, right-clicking the touchpad, holding X, and then left-clicking and right-clicking the touchpad for 4 keys, or for 4 groups. And then you hold X and push in this knob, and you have your 5th group. As for your hotkeys, you have hotkey 1 on the left D-pad by default, hotkey 2 on the right D-pad by default. You have hotkey 3 by swiping up, and I'll demonstrate that, and then hotkey 4 by swiping down, which I don't believe is bound. Let me bind it to something. Bind that to daggers. One swipe, it's out one dagger. One swipe, it's out the other dagger. And you can do this more quickly, obviously. Like, swiping up is bound to flames. Swiping down is bound to my daggers. I got them both out. Now for hotkeys 5, 6, and 7, you hold X and you press the D-pad. 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are your 8 hotkeys, 5 groups. And for Quicksave, you hold X and click the right knob in. As you can see, Quicksaved. Now I know that's an inconvenient thing to do, to have to reach your hand over, your other hand over, and click the knob in. But I decided to set it up that way just so you're not accidentally quicksaving in bad locations. As well, it's easier to do if you have this add-on from Sony, or any sort of additional add-on which adds pads to the back. You can bind them to be any button on the controller. So for example, I have this paddle on the back set to be X, so I can hold this paddle and then right click, click in the right stick, and it'll quick save. So it's easier to access if you have these additional buttons on the back. Now for the setup tutorial, the first thing you need to do is download Sky UI. I'm not going to go through this. I figure most people probably already have this installed. It's pretty simple to figure out. I'm sure you can find another tutorial if you need help. The second step is to, as soon as you've installed Sky UI, go back to Skyrim and open up the mod configuration menu. Open up Sky UI, controls, and then set group 5 to be bound to F6 because this won't be bound by default. So you need to bind that yourself. This will allow you to use the hold X and click in left knob as your 5th group. Now, the next step is to go to the Skyrim Nexus and download this mod called Use Both Xbox 360 Controller and Keyboard Simultaneously. I'll have a link to this in the video description. So once you've downloaded this mod, open it up and you'll see controlmap.txt. Now you place controlmap.txt in your Skyrim data folder under interface. I'll help you to navigate to that real quick. So to access your Skyrim data folder, right click on Skyrim in either here on the left in your library or just here, just anywhere, just right click it, click properties, click local files, click browse, and it'll bring up your Skyrim folder. So from here with the folder that just popped up, open up data, open up interface, and right click just anywhere in the folder, create new folder. This is what you want to click, and then name it controls. Then open up controls and open up PC. If the PC folder isn't there, make the PC folder, and then drag and drop control map.txt. First of all, when you drag and drop this control map.txt, it will disable your ability to use your mouse. So you will only be able to use your gamepad and your keyboard in Skyrim. So if you want to re-enable the use of your mouse, you will rename the controls folder as .controls and then save it. So by doing that, that disables the controls folder completely, so you'll be able to use your mouse in game as you normally would. And if you want to switch back to using your controller, just simply remove the dot and the controller configuration will be good to go again. Now for the final step, make sure your controller is on and it's connected to your computer, otherwise the step won't work. Simply copy and paste this link into your web browser. It will ask if you want to open Steam. And it will show you a preview of the controller configuration I've designed. So all you need to do is hit apply configuration and you're good to go. Just open up Skyrim and you should have all these extra hotkeys and groups.